Hello everyone. Today we are continuing our cycle of webinars that are dedicated to some of the integrations available in the Labyrinth. And today we'll be talking mostly about CrowdStrike. But to begin with, let's actually have a quick rewind of what we already have seen and what we are about to see more. And so, as you may remember, on the screen, you can see the full list of integrations that are currently present in the system. However, it is important to know that this list is being constantly updated as we're adding more and more integrations with different products and things. So as you may see, there are plenty of different integrations. I mean, integrations of different, dedication. So we can start off something really common, such as sending alerts to your work environment, such as Slack and Microsoft Teams. And of course, we have like two major vectors of integrations. The first one is two-way integrations with ABM Curator and Splunk. So as a quick reminder, even though you can send your syslog to any CM of your choice, you can send your data to any CM of your choice using syslog forwarder. However, these two integrations allow you to get even more of detection. Both of them were already discussed on our previous webinar, so feel free to check our YouTube channel for that. And in addition, today we start discovering integrations that allow you to isolate attackers' hosts. So those include FortiGate and CrowdStrike. And today we will be talking about CrowdStrike. And just to make it more interesting, today we have a guest. It is Tomasz Lisikiewicz, a solution architect at CrowdStrike. And I think that it will be a precious insight in what is actually going on, how does CrowdStrike work and stuff. So Tomasz, please feel free to continue. I will stop sharing my screen and give it to you.
Thank you very much, Anastasia. Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Welcome, everyone. My name is Tomasz Lisikiewicz, and I'm a solution architect and have been with CrowdStrike for over 4 years now. I'm located in Germany, and today I will present you Falcon platform and benefits it brings to you. So today's reality is that breaches are everywhere, hitting and disrupting organizations of all of the sizes, industries, and regions. Recent research finds out that more than 1/3 of organizations worldwide experience some form of ransomware attack or security breach in the past 12 months. This is why we are here today, and why we are in search of a security partner, a partner to help you to stop these breaches, to help you fight the bad guys, and to help you keep your brand out of the headlines. And above all else, we are here to show you that at CrowdStrike, we stop breaches. CrowdStrike has redefined security with the world's most advanced cloud-native platform that protects and enables the people, processes, and technologies that drive modern enterprise. CrowdStrike secures the most critical areas of risk: endpoints and cloud workloads, identity, and data, to keep customers ahead of today's adversaries. So let's take a look at our platform, which includes tools and applications to help you to stop these breaches. CrowdStrike achieves the highest levels of visibility, simplicity, and control by packing all the necessary capabilities for unified prevention, detection, hunting, intelligence, and remediation into one universal lightweight agent. The lightweight Falcon agent uses a fraction of the resources compared to legacy solutions and without requiring hardware tuning or configuration. Advanced AI and machine learning modes are built into the core of the sensor, meaning that the Falcon agent continuously learns and evolves on its own so that only meaningful, relevant telemetry is retained and pushed to the CrowdStrike Security Cloud, while the rest of the noise gets filtered out immediately. The CrowdStrike Security Cloud forms the data backbone for everything that CrowdStrike Falcon delivers. Security Cloud will comprise 3 massive data graphs, including our long-standing flagship Threat Graph, along with Intel Graph and Asset Graph. A critical element of CrowdStrike Security Cloud is the way it enables interoperability and bidirectional data flows both within and outside the Falcon platform. Our primary way of this gets way all of this gets facilitated is through Falcon Fusion. Falcon Fusion is the security orchestration, automation, and response framework for the Falcon platform. With it, security professional can design, automate complex workflows that involve steps from multiple tools, applications, and processes that reside within and outside of the Falcon platform. As a result, security teams streamline their operation and accelerate related activities surrounding alerting, incident triage, and real-time response. Let's take a look at the endpoint security. CrowdStrike started with a vision to disrupt the legacy antivirus market with a single lightweight agent and cloud-native architecture to more actively and comprehensively protect modern endpoints and stop breaches. This lives in everything CrowdStrike does and delivers. Now, with an expanded endpoint security solution suite that leverages cloud-scale AI and deep link analysis to deliver best-in-class XDR, next-generation antivirus, device control, and firewall. Cloud containers provide effective isolation and dynamic scaling of applications, but also create a new layer of abstraction that can be difficult for legacy security technologies to see through. CrowdStrike's cloud security offering pull and optimize the same lightweight Falcon agent to provide full visibility and protection across into cloud environments, containers, and workloads at runtime for immediation time to value. Let's take a look at the threat intelligence. Built on a Falcon platform, CrowdStrike Threat Intel offerings take endpoint protection to the next level by analyzing high-impact threats that are first discovered on any Falcon protected endpoint. Falcon intelligence is also infused throughout Falcon modules, presented as part of the incident workflow and ongoing risk scoring that enables prioritization, attack attribution, and tools to dive deeper into the threat via malware search and analysis. Today, 83% of breaches involve identity compromise. Falcon Identity Protection safeguards organizations from these types of attacks by continuously searching for new identity exposures across your environment. It continuously scans Active Directory threats in real time, stopping lateral attack movement in its tracks. It improves users' experience through its adaptive risk-based authentication, which means only high-risk identities and account behavior are flagged. Next, Falcon delivers security and IT operation capabilities, including IT hygiene, vulnerability assessment. All of this gets enriched by world-class threat intelligence, including capabilities to conduct malware searching and sandbox analysis, that are fully integrated and automated to deliver security teams deep context and predictive capabilities. And the last one, log-scale ingest unlimited data at any scale to eliminate blind spots and provides full data context needed to optimize detection and accelerate the response. Very fast live search performance and real-time dashboards enable threat hunters to quickly ask any questions of their data, including complex real-time correlation searches across multiple data sources. Most importantly, LogScale removes the limitations present in traditional logging solutions with unlimited ingest and reduced infrastructure and operational costs. For DevOps and IT ops, LogScale live streaming and index-free search ensures these teams have the modern log management capabilities and true real-time observability they need to achieve their mission and rapidly improve the quality and reliability of any and every active system. Any questions so far? All right, let's continue on.
No questions.
So, yes, of course. Please go ahead. Did I hear a question?
I said no questions at this level. I will have later on.
All right, great. Let's continue on then. In a nutshell, CrowdStrike is bringing industry-leading XDR outcomes to all key security domains as a foundational capability of the CrowdStrike Falcon platform. With XDR delivered by CrowdStrike, we have extended our detection and response capabilities to utilize a broader set of data, creating a seamless experience for our customers. We have automated the process of ingesting data and mapping it into a common schema, generating cross-domain detections and making it easy to search, hunt, and respond in one place, all while using comprehensive telemetry and industry-leading threat intel as our bedrock. And here I have an example of network containment. This is one of the features of a Falcon platform. And we see a detection here, which is in a critical, and it has, this is right here, and it's also, it is on this host. We can contain the host right within a Falcon console by clicking on this button right from the detection. We can also do that from going to the host management and selecting the particular host and also doing the network containment. With the RTR, we can connect to the host, do the cleaning, and then once we're happy and there is no more malware or any malicious software running on that host, we can uncontain the host and the host will be fully functional. This is the manual way of doing this. And I mentioned during the presentation at the beginning that we also have something what is called Fusion Workflow. With Fusion Workflow, this process, which I just described to you, we can automate. And it is very simple. This automation works on has three different sets. One is the trigger, the other one is the condition, and then the other one is the action. Trigger will be endpoint detection. We can specify here whether this will be critical, high, medium, low, anything we want. Condition is severity is equal to critical. Then again, this can be set to also high or medium, and then the action contain the device. So if this trigger happens under this condition, the device will be contained. Here on the right-hand side, you have contained the device is not the only option you have of action. There's a different actions here. This is just a shorter list. The list is about three times as long with different actions. Now, containment on the device means that the device will not communicate with any network. It will not communicate with any domain controllers or neighbors. It will only communicate with Falcon Cloud, and that makes it a really secure. So if there is anything malicious on this host, it will not be spread laterally or vertically throughout the environment. So again, in a nutshell, there's two different ways of doing this Fusion Workflow. I'm sorry, not Fusion Workflow, but containment of the system, which is one of the many features we have, and that can be done manually going through the detection And of course, it can be done through Fusion workflow, which is automated. At the end of this action, once the system is contained, if you want to know, you can also say, okay, send me an email, and then you will receive that in the inbox, and you will know then the device is contained, what device is contained, and then you can start taking an action. Importance of that is that a user who is using particular host will not be able to perform any duties, will not be able to do any tasks, because the host will be connecting only to cloud, will not be connecting to any other network resources, will be isolated sort of. And so for you, it is important to take an immediate action so the user can start working again, cleaning up the system, getting the file, and so on and so on. So thank you very much for having me here, and thank you very much for listening. This brings us to the end of my presentation, and I open for any questions if you had any.
I have one question related to maybe a customer with a specific sense of humor. I obviously mean the customer that is using, for instance, Microsoft by default systems like for instance Intune, etc. How does it integrate together with this? Obviously, I took the funny example, but we can imagine there are many other systems that you need to work with the customer, as these are the default selections by the customer. And let's focus on let's say the funny one, and using Microsoft security. And secondly, would like to ask about Uncle Good Advice. I mean, obviously, artificial intelligence that is now widely used in security, cybersecurity. I said Uncle Good Advice. That means obviously the basic steps of artificial intelligence, that you are just being prompted and advised and suggested certain things. Maybe you took the step forward, and there is also generative AI being in place. So these questions I have.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Michał. So to answer the first question, yes, we work together with different, let's call it the third-party applications, third-party antiviruses. Like, for example, you brought up Defender.
Yes.
Yes, this can be integrated. It's not a problem at all. I have seen this, that some of our customers, partners are using both. What you need to do is, for certain features, you need to go and to the security center on particular host, and you need to disable Defender. And also what you can do is, that's one of the options. Another option is to set up what we have is what governs the action which the sensor takes is our prevention policies. And you can specify the policies have different features, different switches, and you can tune up those policies so they both Defender and our sensor work together. The reason is that we want to avoid something what is called a race condition. So if you have them both working in parallel, Defender and our sensor, and they both do the detection, and you want them both to do the prevention, that will create something what eventually they will start so-called fighting for this particular file and who should take any action. Should we contain it? Should we send it to the sandbox? Should we do this? And of course, different algorithms for Defender, different algorithms for ours. And that might come to the situation that nothing will happen and the host will be contained, the host will be contaminated. So there is a way of doing this by setting up the policies, the prevention policies.
That's clear. That's I mean, it's a complex stuff, but it's clear for me. Second question is about Uncle Good Advice. That means usage of AI in a basic scenario. That means advisory prompts and suggestions, non-invasive AI, I should say.
So we do have built into our sensor AI and machine learning, as I mentioned. Right now, the new platform which is coming up, you will be able to use AI broadly. This is a generative AI it will learn, it will basically show you on a screen what you need, and so on. So yes, it is built into our platform.
It has to run this new platform will be available on for cloud systems for clouds deployments, or
Yes.
maybe not.
Yes, it is. So our solution is cloud-based. It is not based on any host or any. It doesn't require any hardware, anything like that. The solution is cloud-based, so it will be running in the cloud. Yes.
Okay. And is it and do you have any options to create private cloud, like as a replacement for on-prem?
Yes, of course. Yes. You do have that option. Yes.
Okay.
So basically you have two options. Let's say you can create it on-prem, and the other one will be to create it in a cloud. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Anytime. And do we have any other questions? All right, I take that as known. So again, thank you very much for having me here, and thank you for your time. And back to you, Anastasia.
Thank you, Tomasz.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It was really an insightful presentation. I must say that I am a fan of the solution, so it's really nice to see you there today. Okay, so having the theory parts covered, I think we can actually proceed to actually testing the way it works, the way integration works. And for this, we'll start from a quick configuration. Of course, we'll configure the integration itself. Then we'll check whether we have some available honeyNets. Once again, honeyNet, it is a network configuration which defines where your decoys will be running. And let's actually proceed. So first of all, I will switch to my CrowdStrike, and we'll check whether I have the host. So I will go to the host management. I will just we will just make sure that everything is all right before we start our testing. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Then I'm typing in the IP address. And we have it. We can see that as for now, it is not contained. It's working normally. We can connect to it. It is a Windows 10 host with a CrowdStrike agent installed. And we can actually proceed. So let's also see which information we actually need in order to have everything up and running. For this, I switch to our Labyrinth instance. Go to the settings, integrations. From here, you can see the same exact list that we saw earlier. And let's actually choose CrowdStrike. I click on edit. And from here, we see that we need like 3 fields to fill in. The first one is API host. And then we are interested in client ID and API token. For this, I will also go I'll go to API clients and keys. Let's see. I have already created client, so I just simply work with it. Let's see the details. What was interesting about it, and as long as it is created, it means that I can reset the secret. So if you're interested in in permissions, what's actually the permissions that you have to enable, you can see the minimum requirements on your screens. And let's actually have this secret. Okay, click on reset. I have my client ID that I will paste right here. Then I have a secret. And we can click on test to verify that our configuration is correct, everything is all right. It means that we can enable it. And for now, we will also enable network containment and click on save. Okay, so the integration is already working. We can see, we can also check the way, we can check our HoneyNet, they are running. We can go to the points, which are actually network decoys in Labyrinth. We can see that all of them are running, and we can proceed. Okay, but before we start, let's also discuss what does integration with CrowdStrike mean. So basically, the main idea of it is to provide network containment to you, to your alerts, to make them, filled with info that CrowdStrike contains about this particular asset. However, even if you disable this option, you still get that enrichment of the alert, and today we are about to see it. So we can see that everything is configured, and it means that we can proceed actually to the attack plan. It's really it will be simple as for the demo purposes, but yet we will go step by step and see the integration and how we can actually play around both with CrowdStrike and Labyrinth and see what can actually be accomplished. So to begin with, as for now, we'll start as a red team. And what do we actually know about the system? We know only that we are already in a subnet, and we know that there might be a DNS server. We don't know the IP address or something. So it means that we basically have to do some research. Okay, so I will take this subnet from our configuration, from our Labyrinth, and let's actually start. So I will copy it from the very beginning. And as I said earlier, we don't know the IP address, which means that we should actually find it. For this, I will be using nmap. Let's specify some options. That will start some scripts. I'll kind of on one port. Okay. And I will also have some verbosity just in case. Okay, let's see. It should be really fast. Okay, we already see that something is coming. Okay, so we can see that the port is open on one of the IP addresses, or basically on two of them, but let's go one by one. And oh, I'm sorry, I didn't meant to do it. Okay. And let's actually try to query it to maybe get some records. Okay, so I'll be using Dig for that. And let's also use on-transfer. And of course, we can, brute force those, but just to make it quicker, I will use the one that I have already configured. Let's see. And we have some records, and let's actually discover what we have from it. So we have a record that has an IP address, and it specifies that there is a host. Okay, we will remember it for the future. And also we have a web server. We don't know its IP address. That's all right. We can still play around with it. And just to know what is this host actually about, let's also initiate a network scan just to know more about it. Really simple. Okay, wrong IP address. I'll copy it from here. And just in parallel, I will also start network scan on the network to find our web server, because I think it also will be a good thing to know. Maybe it also contains some vulnerabilities. So I will specify common HTTP and HTTP as ports. Once again, I need a subnet. Okay, must be correct. And okay, let's also add some verbosity here. Okay, so we have both of the scans in parallel. We have results for the first one. Okay, so if we dive into this, if we discover the port, we can guess that there might be an RDP enabled. So the port is open. It means that we can actually play around and try to find credentials for it. Let's actually see. Okay, and we also have results for our web server. We'll return to it later. And let's actually do our favorite thing. We'll try to brute force the credentials. For this, I have some word lists. They're really common. I use them quite often. Okay, we'll delete it. Let's see what's inside. We have passwords and we have usernames. They're really short, just so that we will have our results really quick. Of course, for real attacks, this list would be much longer, but for our demo purposes, it's okay. So I will be using Hydra for that. Okay, first of all, I need specify my word list for usernames, then the same for passwords. And here it comes, where I actually specify where I would like to connect to find the credentials. I need the IP address, and I will also add this option. Okay, so let's actually run and see whether we have it. And while we are waiting, let's actually see what we have in Labyrinth, because as you already noticed, we did some of the things. Of course, as the attackers, we don't know for sure. We don't know whether we are in the deceptive infrastructure. We don't know if there are any deception present at all. So let's go to the alerts. And we can see how we actually played around with it. So we can see that we try to perform a DNS zone transfer. Okay, so let's see. So I think we can actually proceed. And I see that we have our credentials already. I think we can start. It's more than enough for us. And just to make it easier, I will get my RDP client. Let me just open it. Okay. And knowing that we have credentials, we have the IP address, it means that we can actually connect to it, or at least we can try. Okay. Next, we should specify the found username and password. Let's see. So as we already remember, this host, it is a real host. It is not a decoy. So as for now, let's actually return to what we have found about our vulnerable web, or maybe vulnerable web server. And to be honest, this host doesn't contain like anything special, any tools that we may use, and we won't be actually playing around and installing them. So I will simply use nmap Oh, I'm sorry. I will simply use my web browser. I have it Microsoft Edge. So let's return to it, to our scan results. And from what we can actually see, there are plenty of options to choose. Okay, so the first one, we see that that it's filtered. So okay, we won't be doing much with it, but for this host, everything is open. So let's actually see what we have for it. Okay, let's try. And as you can see, this is our website. So if we go to the Labyrinth and search for the decoy with such an IP address, we'll see that this is the emulation of our real website. So we can check and see that. Oh, okay. Let me just that all of the tabs, they are completely the same with what we actually have on our real website. Of course. By the way, I encourage you to check it as well because it contains some interesting info in the resources tab, in the news tab, and of course you may use a contact form just to keep in touch with us. Maybe you have, maybe you would like to try the solution by yourself and think. So that's pretty it. So it is possible due to the fact that we provide you with a technology, special technology that we call universal web point. Okay. I think there are maybe some network issues. Let me just check for it. Give me just a second. I'm sorry for that. I'll just try to. Oh, I see. Now it should be all right. We'll connect one more time. And by the way, this is what you have seen right now. This is what happens with the attacker. You see that I am not able to connect like at all. And let's actually first of all see what we have in the Labyrinth. We see that there are some alerts even from the fact that I would just simply searching through the pages, going from one page to another, from tab to tab. And from this, we have the alert. We can see that it was enriched with our CrowdStrike. And we can go to the CrowdStrike itself, go to the host management once again. I will just specify local IP address. Oh, it's this one. Okay. And we can see that it's contained. So that's basically it. When the attacker tries to not even, perform an attack, direct attack, like Log4Shell, maybe shell shock, I don't know, maybe LFI, you can think of plenty of examples. But we also detect when the attacker just try to acknowledge, make some acknowledges and get acquainted with the web server, with the website. In our case, we still get the alert, and after that, host get contains. After that, your security team can actually go on and check what's actually going on, why the attacks were performed from this house specifically. And after that, you can simply leave the containment, of course, maybe add some comments. We can confirm, and it should be okay. So that's pretty it. So for today, with this live demo, we have seen the examples of how we can, by the way, create complex scenarios by using the ability to create custom decoy types. Because as you know, as you may notice, those records from DNS servers, they're pretty precise. And this was this was done using the possibility, the ability to create custom decoy types. So in my case, what did I do? I added those records, and this way I guided the attacker into the direction that was really interesting for me. And we also discovered how the alerting works. And of course, the main part of this webinar, we saw in action how this integration is possible. Okay, so that's pretty all from me as for now. I will stop the recording, and we are ready for a Q&A session. Maybe you have something else to ask, and I would be glad to answer. And by the way, I encourage you to go to our YouTube channel and see previous videos from this cycle. I believe they will be really insightful for you. Thank you.